What's up, Notjust developers? Welcome back to another live stream. Today, we're going to continue building a money management application in React Native. And this is part of my journey of building 4 applications in 4 weeks. Today, we are building the last app for from this challenge, and we already started it yesterday. So a lot of things interesting coming up, and I'm doing this for Notjust Hack. If you don't know, this is our hackathon that we're organizing for mobile developers happening this December. There is still time to build and participate, because all you have to do is build an app and launch it to the market during this December 2024, and then submit your entry by the 31st December, the deadline. And you have a chance to win amazing prizes like this. More information about the hackathon you can find at notjusthack.com, and while you're there, make sure to sign up to receive important information. Quick announcement: the submission form is already open, so if your application is publicly available on App Store or on Play Market, you can go ahead and submit the URL for the hackathon so that we will review and you have a chance to win. The deadlines for the hackathon is 31st December, so after that moment, no more development is allowed on the application. However, we extended the deadline for submitting the application until 14th of January, and that's when the submission form is going to be closed. During this period, from 1st of January until 14th of January, only fixes related to App Store rejections are allowed, and this is a way for to give everyone the chance to go through that last process of getting the app approved by Apple and Google, or Google. So make sure to remember these dates. They are very important. After December 31st, no more development is allowed on the application, to allow everyone the same amount of time for development, and for submitting, you have it until 14th. Now, my plan during this period is to build 4 applications in 4 weeks, and to stream everything, the whole process, daily on our YouTube channel. So if you enjoy this process, make sure to subscribe to our channel. That helps us a lot. And now we are currently building a 4th application. And as I was saying, we decided to build, where is my planning? We decided to build for the 4th application a finance application, a personal finance application that will help you manage your money, budget, track your net worth, and so on. I found some interesting keywords that I would like to compete for, and I break down some of the features that the ultimate solution would need, and then I broke down the features that I would like to have for the MVP. MVP is the first version that I'm going to release to the store, which should provide value based on what I'm trying to based on the keywords that I want to rank. So if it's a money manager, it should provide some value in and help you manage your money. So already started the app. We started with tracking your income sources. So you can go ahead and add, for example, your normal salary. You enter what is usually your salary, and then you say passive, active, and so on, and you create the income source, and you see it here. Today we're going to, we can also delete them. This also has been done yesterday. Today we're gonna continue working on this application, adding more features, and deciding together the direction where this application is going to go. So that's the plan. And before I start building the application, I just want to remind you that recently, a couple of weeks ago, we launched the React Native Mastery course. This is the course that teaches you how to build applications with a stack that are used for the applications from the top charts. And here I'm talking about React Native, Expo Router, TypeScript, and a lot more tools that goes into building production-ready apps. The course is split into 7 different projects, so you're gonna learn by building, and we already have a lot of happy students, more than 150 already. And if you are interested, make sure to follow it at notjust.dev/React Native Mastery. Now back to the hackathon and back to what we're doing here. Hello everyone who is joining us live. How are you doing, guys? Hello, hello. Hello, Imad. I see that you're from Barcelona. I hope that you're not gonna see me walking my dog like during mornings. Hello, Derek from Congo. How are you doing? Hello, DJ from Brazil. Hello, Anubhav. How are you? Javier is saying I submitted my form yesterday night. My app is up and running in App Store. Since I renamed it, is only one with that name in Canada. I wonder if it's the same case in Spain. That's amazing, Javier. I'm very happy for that. We already have applications submitted, so happy to see that. Cannot wait to start testing the applications, but that's gonna happen like in January. Hello, Jamie. How are you? Second app MVP almost done. I think this is the one I will submit for a hackathon if it gets approved in time. Amazing. What is the second application about? Hello from Ukraine. Hello, Yaroslav. I'm actually from Moldova, so we are neighbors. I don't live in Moldova right now, but I'm originally from there. My family is there. So what's going to be our plan for today? We have the ability to do the income sources. I think I wanted to do some kind of... can I start making up from now onward? So the short answer to this question, can you start participating now? The answer is yes, because today is 24th of December and the deadline for development is 31st December. So you have a week of development, and if you think that you can achieve an MVP in a week, that depends on your skills. Like if you can do it, I highly encourage you to do it. And then you have like 2 weeks already. In that 2 weeks, you cannot develop new features, but you can go ahead and submit the application to the store. You got to know about it yesterday. So yeah, how is your confidence? Like, can you build an app in a week? Hello from Morocco. Hello, Salah. I've been to Morocco. I've been to Casablanca. Let me bring the this one here, which is my planning. Chart for income sources, individual totals. Let's do totals, at least totals, and then we're gonna think about charts. So I'm thinking about doing totals. 2 totals, maybe the total itself of all the income sources somewhere at the top, and maybe based on the active, passive, and so on. So let's try to do that. Income sources in the index. What do we have here? Here we have database select, income sources. I'm wondering, should I do another query to the server, or I do here const total income and do a reduce? And that is expected amount. What is the expected amount is a string? Why expected amount is a string? Why is our expected amount a string? Sorry. So this income sources, columns. How can I see what is the type of that column? If I look at our source database schema, expected amount is numeric. Why is it a string? If I do here in int, what is gonna be? It's going to be that number. Let me see SQLite data types on Drizzle. SQLite data types. Null, integer, real. I need real. We have native support for all of them. Yet, if that's not enough, all examples in this part of the documentation do not use database column name. I don't need integer here. A floating. I need a real. Yeah. So I think it shouldn't be numeric. It should be. Yeah. Okay, now this is a number. Here, is it going to be a number? Might not work because I might need to do a total income. Let me see in the new when we create something. Yeah, I think it's going to fail. Income sources, new, test, 123.50. Expected number received string. That was I was expecting. Because here we have income sources schema that is coming from here. And I think I will do expected amount is going to be s dot. I think I will do coerce. Can I do that? Maybe I'm going to override it completely as the course number. And in this case, it worked. Income sources. Okay, I think it works. Good. So now in our index, we have total income, and I probably can do here at the top as a list header component, total income, something like that. Okay. Jamie saying it is some stats widget for my favorite sport, hybrid app with React Native and Swift. That's nice. I'd love to see that. Do you get the data from somewhere? Can you just give a glance for the development of a language translator? What exactly are you interested in? Are you using a backend for this application? If not, how much information can a local repo store? I'm not using a backend. I'm using a local SQLite database. And how much information you can store? I don't know, as much as the phone storage can hold. But for this kind of data, like, it's probably going to be very hard for one user to produce so much data. Akshay is asking about, hey, I want to launch the question. Let me address it. Hey, I want to launch my application on the Play Store, but I recently came across the 2 weeks beta rollout stage for Google Play Store. Will it be fine if a submission is on beta? Unfortunately, no. The application should be public on the stores, on App Store or Play Store. So no beta, no test flights, and so on. However, for the 2 weeks, we specifically offered you 2 additional weeks for the submission only. So no more development after 31st December, but you have 2 weeks until 14th of January to fix and figure out the submission. So you have time. Even if you stop coding on 31st December and you put it in the beta, you have 2 weeks to finish it and submit your entry. Hopefully that helps. Let me ask Chat for the total income. Let's render it as a box with a big number, small label. Let's see how this is going to look. Accept. Income sources. Okay, yeah, that's what I had something like this in mind. Total income. I can go ahead and also do by groups. So let's ask chat not to overthink. Let's do this. Calculate the income by group, or how is it called? By category. And then let's do here, render the incomes by category, also in the header component. Let's see what this is going to look like. Income sources. Okay, that's good. Let's do here gap 3. Near the income by category, add a percentage from total. Let's do that. Mm-hmm. What if we put these two boxes in the same row? Flex row. And what if I add here flex 1 and here flex 1? And let's do restructure the incomes by category box to account for smaller width. Let's see what that is going to be done. Yeah, it's maybe without of total, and it's going to be good. I don't think we need the text itself. I'm gonna restructure some stuff a bit here. We have a text category. I'd restructure it a bit. I'd put here in a view that category and this one, and I will put this one here. Flex row and items center, or maybe not item center. Yeah, something like that. Should I just do math.round? Yeah, kind of like this. In my heart is a Christmas tree farm where the people would come to dance under sparkling lights. Maybe here text Excel. Not sure if space Y is doing anything here. Border, I don't think it's doing anything here. last border gray. Ashwin, you're welcome. Very nice. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna take a very short break, and when we continue. Okay, do I have water? Yes, I have water. Let me go ahead and do git add, git commit. All right, so this would be here the totals we have, and charts and so on, we don't have it. The next step probably is going to be around like budgeting, like having these income sources. How are we allocating them each month? Like something goes for savings, something goes for investment, something goes for day-by-day expenses, something for mortgage, and so on, right? So let's go ahead and start probably working on this one, this part of allocating money. And in the same way as income sources is a prediction of incomes, budgets are a prediction of expenses. So in a way, income sources, expected incomes, budgets, this is allocation or expected expenses. So let's do the same. We're gonna do here what? Budget. Let's do an index file where we're gonna display the budgets. And the new.tsx for the budget form. I'm going to reuse a lot of the stuff that we have in our forms, so I'm going to move fast because again, like these are not tutorials. This is me documenting the journey of building these apps. If you want tutorials, like we have a lot of those on the channel. But when it comes to data model, let's do budget. We're still gonna have a name. We're still gonna have the amount or expected amount. Yeah, for now probably that's it. Let me also talk with ChatGPT to see what he thinks. Now we are working on the budgeting feature. This would be the allocation of incomes. How do you see this feature? Let's see, maybe it's gonna have like some other ideas that I don't have. We are expected or actual incomes effectively while maintaining a clear overview of financial goals. Here is how you can envision the features. Allow users to allocate incomes to specific categories or goals, providing a clear picture of how they plan to use their money. Savings, investments, rather than micromanaging small expenses. Yeah. Core components. Predefined and custom categories. Essentials. Rent, groceries, utilities. Financial goals. Savings, investments, debt repayment. Lifestyle, entertainment, travel, emergency fund. Users should also be able to add custom categories. Users can allocate a percentage or a fixed amount of their total income to each category. Okay, that's also interesting, amount or like fixed amount or percentage amount. Source of fund, link allocation to a specific income source or total income. Display a visual breakdown of allocations. Progress bar, show how much of each allocation has been utilized or saved during the budgeting period. Allow users to set a time frame for their budgets. Weekly, monthly, quarterly, custom. Category name, rent, savings, travel. Allocated amount or percentage of income allocated to this category. Time frame, monthly. Linked income sources, notes. Okay, so the name is the category name, right? For example, rent, savings, travel. Predefined categories. Allocated amount. This is going to be either a fixed amount or percentage amount. Time frame. Probably like for me, like everything is going to be monthly. I don't think I will link anything here. Goals for these categories. Nodes, but I will also not implement them. Rent, savings, investments, travel, and so on. should I handle the fixed and percentage amount allocation? We can toggle dynamic. If a user allocates a percentage of your income, the allocated amount should automatically update. If a user adjusts their income, all percentage-based categories should reallocate proportional. Validation and limits prevent over allocation. Warn about under allocation. Implementation. Budget categories. For each category, allow user to allocation type, fixed or percentage, enter the amount or percentage. Percentage allocation of remaining income? Not sure. Allocation type, amount, calculated amount. Percentage or fixed value. Dynamic calculate for percent. On that database, isn't it better to have two fields? Fixed amount and percentage amount. Thinking how it's going to be better on the back end. Calculated amount. Okay, so I think I have something. Fixed amount, percentage amount. I don't think I'm going to store the calculated amount. I think that's going to be on demand, like on the fly. I found a couple of APIs that provide a bit of data and I created the rest. Then I made my own backend API. That's nice. Amazing. Cannot wait to see it. So let's go ahead and start by defining the data structure. I'm going to go into our source database schema. And here I'm going to have to duplicate this income source for the new schema. But I'm thinking about going into Drizzle and seeing how I can separate everything into tutorials, schema, into multiple files. You can declare your SQL schema directly in TypeScript, either in a single schema.ts file, or you can spread them around, whichever you prefer, all the freedom. The most common way to declare your schema with Drizzle is to put all your tables into a schema.ts file. With this configuration, Drizzle will read from the schema file and use this information during the migration process. file. Okay, schema in multiple. I think that's what I want to do. I will go ahead and I will create here a folder called schema. I'll move this one here and call it income sources schema. Should I do schema or no? Income sources. And in the Drizzle config file, you need to specify the path to your schema folder. With this configuration, Drizzle will read from the schema folder and find all files recursively and get the Drizzle table from there. So schema is going to be here. So in Drizzle config, schema is here, but without a .ts file. It's going to be the folder. You can also group them in a way you like, such as creating groups for user-related messaging. Okay. Okay, so now I can go ahead and duplicate these income sources for budgets. Let's do budgets table. Let's call it budgets. It's going to have ID, it's going to have name, and it's going to have fixed amount, or it's going to have percentage. And they can be null, so I'm going to do just real like this. And no category. Maybe for future, let's do tag nodes. Maybe I'm not gonna do them now, but just having the column there, maybe in the income sources as well. Name, fixed amount, percentage. Now for the insert schema, let's call it budgets. Insert schema, create schema. It's going to be based on this table. The name is required. Expected amount is going to be fixed amount of type z curse number. Expected amount is required. Percentage, it's going to be, I think, the same thing as here. But look, fixed amount can actually be null. Think it's optional, but the minimum, like if we provide it, we're gonna see fixed amount should be greater than 0. Maybe positive. And percentage as well, it's optional. So, but the maximum is going to be 100. Percentage should be less than 100. Maybe minimum 0 or positive. We're gonna see that. And here the budget is going to be this one. Okay, good. Now let's go inside our application budgets. In the index, well, we're gonna have something similar to here. So maybe I will copy some stuff here, and I will just come back and update some of the things. The income sources is gonna be income sources. In the new as well, something changed here. How we import. For now, it's income sources, but I'm gonna change it in a second. I want to focus first on the budgets slash new. And in the slash new, I'm going to have something like this. Let me reload, just get on that page and then update stuff. And I think I need to do npx drizzle kit generate to generate the migration file, adding a new table. Now let me go ahead and do npm start, then reload. Income source item. Here should be income source. So I want to, on the index here, I'll have another button for budgets. That is going to be another link for budgets. So if I click on budgets, I'm gonna go here. It still displays not what I need, but I'm gonna fix it later. But if I go on the new, I have new income source. Okay, let's go in the budgets index and start with this tag.screen. Why is it going? Maybe it's going in the right place, but here we need to say new budget. So budgets plus new budget. And we're going to slowly move from creating an income source to creating a budget. For that, I'm going to start by importing from budgets the budgets table, budgets insert schema, and budget type. Now the form is going to have type budget, and here I'm going to put the insert schema, default values, probably nothing. Create budget. Mutation, the data is going to receive a budget. And we're going to do db insert into the budget table these values. On success, invalidate probably a query with budget, the key budgets. Fail to save budget. On submit, this is going to be budget. We're gonna do create budget. Now in the form provider, we need to do a custom text input for the name of a budget. Name, enter budget name. This is already like different because we're not working with expected amount. We are going to work with, where is it? I'm gonna open the budget schema and the budgets new. Here. So I'm gonna work with fixed amount, enter amount, or with the percentage amount. Gonna think how to switch between them. We don't have any category. Maybe we're gonna have custom text input for the nodes. So let's see what the new field looks like. Name, fixed amount, percentage amount, nodes. If I do create income source, we see required expected number received, not a number. Expected a number received, not a number. Okay. How I'm gonna do that one? First of all, how I'm going to switch between fixed or percentage amount. How to toggle between a fixed or a percentage. Yeah, Vladimir, I use Zigo. For example, if I go to here, as you can see, this is the Zigo menu. For the UI UX of the form, how to better handle the percentage and fixed amounts. Toggle. Fixed amount field with currency symbol or percentage input with suffix. Oh, this is a nice wireframe. Oh my god. So basically we need here some kind of a toggle. Create a toggle for between two values. Fixed amount and percentage amount. It's going to be a custom picker. I don't want a custom picker. I want something else. For the budget type toggle, Instead of using a custom picker, let's design a switch, maybe horizontally aligned and let's see what that is going to do. Accept budgets, new. Yeah, I think something like that would be nice. Am I going to handle the budget type on the form? I don't know, to be honest. But based on this, we're gonna either display one field or the other. So, and the question is, should I handle it there or not? New budget screen. So maybe that is going to be a state. That we're gonna do on press. So if I go here, fixed percentage. Now this is a state. And I will render this one if budget type equal to fixed. I'll render this one, and if it's percentage, I'll render this one. So if fixed amount, percentage amount. Okay, so if I reload, budgets, new, I don't know, savings, and I'll do percentage 20, create. It doesn't work because I think the custom, even if it's not there, I'm going to look at the errors. For example, I will do console log errors. And if I do create, we're gonna see fixed amount, expected number, received not a number. So here we fixed zone cursed number optional. set as value, so if it's empty string to do undefined, or otherwise do parse int. Z number int positive mean, or Z none, and then optional. So that would mean what? That would mean Z union between this or a Z none, and it is optional. Will that work? So if now income sources, budgets, if I do ABC here, this is not a number. Expected number received none. But if it's like this, fixed amount should be greater than 0. No, it doesn't really work. Number, then optional. So what that is going to do to it? Budgets, new, working with fixed amount. If now I do create, everything is good. If I do a expected number, if I do empty string, it doesn't have error. If I do 1, 2, 3, it works. Maybe negative numbers are not working. But that's not a big problem. At least it works like this. Not so if I do ABC, expected number, oh, I need error map, invalid type, required error. Well, I'm going to leave these errors as they are, not going to override anything for now. And I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to do it's optional, dot optional. So now if I go here, budgets new, I can do fixed amount 100, I'm gonna create it. I'm going to do B percentage 123, create, and if I look at the data in the budgets, I have fixed amount 100 and this one is 123 percentage. Perfect. But what happens if I say 1, 2, 3 fixed amount, then I go here and I say 1, 2, 3 here and I say ABC. It's going to have both of these values, both here and here. In this case, it's going to be hard to know which one exactly it is. So I think what we should do is when we switch or we have a data. Look what I'm going to do. I can return here. I will do if or null, or maybe undefined. So I'm going to if budget type is fixed, I'm going to take the if it's fixed, I'm going to reset the one for undefined, and otherwise I'm going to reset the one for fixed. So when I go here, I can say 1, 2, 3 fixed. I can go here and I say 10. If I come back, it's still saved, but it's going to only save the one on which budget type we are. So percentage saved. If I reload, it should have null for, yeah, here it's 10, here it's null. And the same thing should happen here. If I do 1, 2, 3, 10, but then come back here, it's only going to save a fixed amount. It's only going to save this one. Okay, good. So this is our budget creation form. And now on the index, what I need to do is I need to say, hey, this is a query called budgets. We're gonna take information from budgets. Budgets table. Good. Now I'm going to comment out a little bit the totals and so on. These are going to be called budgets. Our flat list is going to work with budgets. This one is going to be budget item, which we're gonna implement in a second. And for the header, we are going to comment out for a bit. And let's go ahead in the components. As we have an income source item, let's duplicate it and call it budget item. It's gonna be budget item of type budget. Now there is a delete budget. and we're gonna invalidate the budgets. Here we have a name, we have the dot fixed amount or percentage amount. So we're gonna see which one we have. Or maybe it should be here. Fixed amount. Or it's going to be this one. So we're gonna see which one. Delete budget. So let's see if I go now to the budgets, will it work? And probably not yet, because in the index here, we need to import it. And now it should be A, B, C, and so on with this data. And I can go ahead and delete one of them. A, B, C, yes, it works. And if I come here, yeah, it works. All right, so in a second, we'll come back and we were going to improve a little bit these budgets, and then we continue. I'm gonna be back. Hello. Okay, what's up with this TypeScript error? If I go here, this one can also be what, undefined? I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know. So, in the budget item here, we need to display either the, we need to display the budget name. improve the budget item view to based on the data structure. A budget can have either fixed amount or percentage amount. We need I have this it's hard for me to even like focus on how to explain it. What this is going to do. If it is percentage based, we need to show that and also calculate the fixed number based on a total. I want to keep the items consistent and display for all of them both the number and the percentage in the right part of the component. What that is gonna do? Budget. Okay. Let's accept it, and then we're gonna see what we can do better. Is Cursor Pro plan worth it for developers? I'm still not sure. I don't get like super crazy amount of value, but I feel that I need to customize it better. So I think it's like case by case. Like I don't have like the right answer. As you can see, like yeah, I'm using it. Maybe not always, but yeah, sometimes I do. 10% of income. I don't think I even need the thing on the right, like where is it? The end design. And why render mount? It's like that. Not the best, but yeah. Can we refactor the code to not duplicate the rendering parts so much? Calculate and store the data in variables, then render once. Why do you need the render amounts function? Let's see if this is still going to work, accept. Hopefully it works. Budgets. Okay. Dummy total income. Okay, like this. It's quite clean at this moment. I'm gonna go here and say text LG. I don't think we need this and design anymore. Okay, let's go. Now what I'm going to do is I want to calculate some of the allocations, like if everything is allocated or not. For example, in income sources here, we have a total income. Should I do this in a query instead of querying them? Should I do that on a database layer? Can I do use query equal? I mean use query key total income sources. Income sources, and then income sources, then total amount. And the query function can be what? Database. Query the sum of select t. What's happening here? Why do I have to select? Drizzle sum. Aggregations. Count. Group by. Average sum. Return the sum of all known values in expression. So I can do db select value sum user div from users. Okay, so it's going to be something like db select value. It's the sum of income sources dot expected amount, and that's it. And this sum should be imported. And let's see if it still works. If I go to income sources, doesn't work because this is async. So this one is object total income dot value, total income dot value. Total income dot value. Yeah, I think here I'm going to have to do const rows equal to a weight, and I will do return rows.value, and this is going to be the total income as a value. Or 0 we can also do. Or maybe to do 1, not to divide by 0. Let's do 0. String 0 or undefined. Why is it string? Why is it as a string with some? Can I do it as number? And I think like this function, I could take it into some utilities or services. New folder services. And I will create a folder for income sources. And I'll start with index.ts, and I'm going to have this function here. Let's call it const. I will actually do a normal function, constant sync function, get total income sources, get total income sources amount. Let's do export default. Here we need a database, we need the income sources table, and that's it. So I can take this function and send it here to query function like this. Because I need it in other places as well, and where I need it is basically in the budgets index. I'm gonna need here the total income. And I'm gonna take this total income, I'm going to send it as a property to our budget item, because in the budget item, total income is going to be replaced with this one. So if I go to budgets, I see that they're created based on the value from total income here. In the budget index, in this header, I will do the same, like I need the total for the budgets. Let's do here calculate the total dollar amount of all the budgets. If a budget is percentage base, transform it to actual value based on total income. Let's see. Total budget dot reduce amount budget fixed or percentage divided by 100 total income. Okay, let's try to see this one. So update the header of the budgets page to display the total allocated amount and maybe the remaining budget to be allocated based on the total incomes. Is it for both OS? It is, but I'm focusing on iOS. Hello, what's your keyboard? I don't know. It's a Vortex Poker or something like that. I have it for more than 3 years and I never changed it. Let me do that here. Let's accept, and if I go to budget, I don't think we have any income by category here. Let me remove them. So if I go to budgets, allocated and remaining, okay. Maybe here available income or total income allocated and remaining. Hello, Carlos. What's up with this budget? Total income, number of undefined. Let's do word 0. Okay. So yeah, this one, if I delete it, it updates stuff. Good. And I have remaining here. Gap 2. Maybe at the top we should also put them in a row. If remaining is negative, display it with red. So if I go ahead and add here like something crazy, the remaining is going to be, yeah. In the header, let's round up the numbers. Okay. Maybe in the budget item as well to do math round percentage in the here format amount. Hello, Mr. Frank, and thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. Played API for importing data. I haven't thought about importing data actually. But what's the Played API? Open banking. Oh, I think I checked something else. So let me check what's Played API. Probably integration with open banking. That would be nice. Seamless user experience. I don't think I'm going to integrate it now, but as in future. Transactions. That would be interesting. Let me add it here. Okay. Can tell you what you spend on, also has assets like stocks. Nice, nice. Have you tried it? Have you used it? Total income. Let's see if we can here in budgets sort budgets from biggest to to lowest. For budgets that have percentage base amount, calculate the actual value based on total incomes before sorting. Let's see what's going to do. And maybe I can do sorted budgets here. Let's see. Okay, that works great. So now we see the top ones at the top. But I don't know why. I know actually it why this one is at the bottom. Maybe because this one, let me check the database. The perk, no, the ABC perk null 10. A fixed amount or a percentage total income. The total income should go here because it needs to be before. Okay, now it works correctly. Okay, I think this one works. So I have create, delete list. I need edit. But for now, this one is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do git status, git add, git commit -m budgets. Prisma Drizzle. I'm using Drizzle. It's really good for maybe a premium version of your application. Yeah, I think that would be really nice. And if I delete this one, allocated, remaining, okay. Okay, now I think we need to work on editing. So editing a budget. Probably I'm going to do budgets. Instead of new, I'm going to do ID. And here I'm going to do the edit.tsx. Let's do export default edit budget like this. Let's do const ID use local search params. Is by yeah, data budget use query budgets ID. We're gonna do database select from budgets table where ID is equal to ID. And now we can do console log budget. Now from what? From definitely from our components budget item, I'm going to have an edit button in the menu here. Edit. And the icon is going to be pencil maybe. And no destructive. Or this one is edit, this one is pencil. I don't think I need it red. And when we call it, we're gonna do router.push to the budgets edit. So if I do like this, we have edit. We go to the edit screen, and here we should see the data about that. Yes, we have it. And the same, I think for now I can do it on click as well. So let's do pressable on press. It should do the same. So if I press on it, it's going to go to the edit. Now if I go there, let's move this one in a function in the services. Budget index.ts export default function get budget by ID, and we're going to return this one here. No, actually we need to do const rows row at position 0. What's wrong? Rows. Oh, I need to do a wait here. Number or undefined. Should I do here undefined? Number null, number undefined. That's one of the problems. Somewhere it's number null, somewhere it's number undefined for the budget here. I can also do here nullable. Will that fix? Yeah, that fixed. Okay. So I can get this one inside my edit screen. Get budget by ID. And we're gonna see what's the budget. Okay, so now it's not an array, it's a simple object. Similar to how we have it in new, probably we're gonna have a form. Do you use Tailwind CSS? I use Native Wind, which is a way to use Tailwind in React Native. Trail Life is saying my app got accepted in App Store. Congratulations, that's a huge milestone. Quickly remind us about the hackathon. I encourage you to check the details at notjust.dev or at the beginning of the video. There I explain a bit better. The most important things that you have to know now about the hackathon is that the submission form is open, and if your application is publicly available on App Store or Play Store, you can go ahead and submit it. Being publicly available on App Store and Play Store is a requirement to participate in the hackathon. That's why we're giving 2 more additional weeks just for submissions. So the important deadlines is the hackathon ends on December 31st. After that moment, please don't do any more development of new features. And during the period of January 1st to January 14th, you're allowed only to add fixes based on the submission process. If App Store or Play Store is saying like you need to do something extra, like you can do that, but only related to those. So you have 2 weeks to get the application on the market, and after that the submission form is going to be closed and we're going to evaluate and grade the projects. So these are the most important parts at this moment. So what are we going to have here? Let's think together. So I'm going to have something like a form as well in the edit, similar to how I have in the new. So let's do here, use form, Zod resolver, insert schema, and default values is going to be budget. Now we're gonna render the form like this. Sorry. Oh, come on. I'm gonna have to import all my we need the budget type as well. Methods. And the budget type is going to be either fixed or percentage depending on which value we have. So if budget dot fixed amount, then the value is going to be fixed, otherwise percentage. We can change, let's import on submit. On submit in the new, we have this one, we need it here as well. In the edit, update budget. And for the new, we have here the mutation. I'm gonna have it in the update as well. So what's going to happen? Update budget mutation. allocation. Return database dot update. Let's see how I can do the update. Drizzle update. Set where. So set data dot where equal budgets table dot id to the data dot id. Maybe not data dot id, but simply this, or budget dot id. On success we invalidate, we go back. On error we do fail to update budget. Let's see what's gonna happen. If I go to budgets and go to this one, it's not loading the data because I think I know why. I think that this one takes a bit of time to happen, and the default value is not going to be attached here, so it's only going to work the second time when I go here. So maybe I'm going to think about extracting the form itself in a separate part. Let's do a component and let's call it budget form.tsx. Let's do export default budget form, and here let's take from the new in the return everything from here, from form provider. Let's do here return and add everything. Let's also take things like on use form, form provider. Maybe I'm going to do all the imports here. I'll also bring in the state. This state. To the budget form. And in the new, let's render here the budget form. Import it from here. Budget form. And what we need to do on the budget form, probably we need to do on submit. Which is going to be on submit data budget. On submit data budget. And let's do also budget type through the data as well. Okay, and when we press that button, it's going to be like this, and then on submit that we take from here. Yeah, maybe this one is going to be moved like this. I'm gonna have handle submit. Not handle submit, but on submit form. Okay, so let's see if for new it still works, but what fixed percentage? My God, a lot of stuff. Create budget. I don't know what's happening here, but let me try to do a new budget. ABC 1 2 3 create, and it's here, I think. No, test. We have it. Test 100. Test 2. Okay, and what I'm hoping to achieve is reusing the same budget form in the edit as well. Instead of form provider, maybe I will do budget form. Here I'm going to get the budget type. Not handling the form here, but getting the default budget, and I can take the default budget and I can send it here. So if return null, otherwise let's send here default values budget. In the budget form we can expect the default values. We can do here a type like this, and we can provide the default values to the form. Now, if I go to budgets and go to test 2, it's going to have a default values. If I go to AC, it has fixed amount 1, 2, 3, create. A1. Yeah, I don't remember. Okay, and in the form, this state is also going to depend on default values. So if default values dot percentage, if it's that, we're gonna do percentage, otherwise fixed. So if I go to budgets and do here, it's gonna be fixed, here it's gonna be fixed. But if I create a new one, percentage 12, I have here pers or percentage. If I go here, it's displayed properly. Fixed amount. If I come to percentage, it's percentage. But why does the value not getting populated? Oh, that's the question. Because in the edit, we have here console log budget. And if I press on one of these, we see null ID9 name percentage and percentage 12. But the value is not there. Why? Maybe in the default values, maybe to string. Yeah, here it works like if I do to string, but I don't know why in the default values it says I can change it, can do update, and that's going to, it's supposed to update, but it doesn't. We're gonna figure that out in a second as well. Percentage should be number. A rect hook form default value. Okay, I'm not sure how to do it properly here, but at least it works to populate the fields. Now I will do another thing on the budget form. I'll do, hey, is editing is going to be a boolean, is going to be initialized to false. That's going to change the title is editing. If it's editing, let's do save, budget, create budget. Maybe I don't even need to do it, but yeah, maybe. Is editing. So if I test here, I see save budget. What happens here? Console log data and budget type. If I do test 1, 2, 3, save, the name actually is getting saved, but the fixed amount is not. Undefined. Why is it undefined, the budget type here? Update budget on submit budget form. When we call it budget type, is it undefined? So here it's fixed, but it doesn't get there. It calls it with data unfixed, the onSubmit function. OnSubmit calls create budget for this function. Should I add it to the data itself? Should I do it like this, and then in the update when we like this, new budget form, it's going to be on submit data and budget type. And let's do like this. So if I come here and change 1, 2, fixed, here it's fixed, and it is updated to 1, 2. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're gonna say, actually this one updated to percentage, and I'll do, hey, actually I want 20%. If I do save, updated to percentage is going to be 20%, but the fixed amount is going to remain like this. Why is that happening? Because it's undefined, but I think I need to do it null in this case. Maybe here as well, like null. Because if it's undefined, it's not gonna touch it. me do here and budget type. So that means that if I go here and say, hey, maybe I will take something fixed like this one, and I'll say, actually, I want to move to percentage, and A is supposed to be percentage and does not have fixed. Fixed is 0. Okay, now if I go back to 100 and delete the percentage, it's going to be fixed 100 and percentage still 20. Why is that? Or no, it's okay here because I do just the data, so everything is good, all good there. And let me check if I still can do new budget, fixed amount 1, 2, 3, create. I have new 1, 2, 3. If I do new to 10, I can see it. It's new to 10 percentage. If I do, hey, this is actually simply 500, save budget, new 2 is going to be 500. If I do percentage 20, new 2 is going to move up in the list. And because we have like these nice animations, it looks really nice when we actually update it. Because, for example, if I update this one to 5, when I'm gonna go back, I see how everything moves. Whew, okay, now I can remove some of the stuff from here. And our screens are responsible for saving data, but responsible of a form, we did that in a custom component form. And that way we can reuse some of the stuff. Okay, that's perfect. And it's going to, if we change something like button styles and so on, we're not going to have to do it in 2 different places. We're going to do it in 1 place. So it still works. Oh, let me do git add, git commit -m budgets, git not yet push. Okay, so we have editing of budgets as well. For income sources, we don't have editing. Maybe for there, we're gonna fix it later, but at the moment we can delete and create them again. So for now, I'm going to keep it like this. Hello, David. How can I help you? MC Navin is saying, looks like Drizzle and Expo SQLite is a promising thing right now for offline first application compared to Watermelon DB and our available solution. Yeah, I think Drizzle and Expo SQLite is quite powerful. I also like this concept, this. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. I feel a bit tired. It's a lot of numbers that we are working with and probably need some oxygen. But anyway, this is the end of the second day for our application. We have still 3 days, but it's the Christmas time, so I want to say happy Christmas to everyone who is celebrating it during this time. I'll catch with you tomorrow. Yeah, I feel really tired. My head hurts already. But yeah, these things happen, and tomorrow we continue with additional features. For everyone who's participating in the Not Just Hack, I wish you good luck, and remember, the submission form is already open. So if your application is already available on the market, you can go ahead and submit your application for the hackathon. I will catch with